Yo, alright, it's been a minute. Apologies. That should be my nickname, Mr. Apologies. But hey, whatever. I'm gonna try the reactions thing. Listen, if this video get the copyright and the people them don't see it, then hey, it is what it is, isn't it? But we're gonna try and hopefully have fun with it. Team of the season from the Football Daily channel. I do recommend subscribing to them, 100%. They make very good football content. They make podcasts on the Sundays. I really do enjoy listening to them. And in general, their football takes they're based on stats mainly. But I really do enjoy watching their content. So obviously do subscribe and that. But this is their team of the season. We're gonna see if it matches up to what I'm saying, basically. You know what I mean? Hopefully the YouTube gods don't come and grab me. But without further ado, let's go.
People, here is Football Daily's Premier League team of the season.
I ain't watched this video yet too. I don't know what's going on.
Goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez.
I'm not mad. I ain't mad at it, to be fair. I'm not mad at it at all. I think that the only really keeper that can fight him for Team of the Year honours is Edison, really, because he won the league. But Emi Martinez is good. And Arsenal, you're done f***ed up. You're done messed up. You done messed up, Aaron!
Having waited in the shadows at Arsenal for nearly a decade, spending time on loan in the lower leagues and in Spain, Emi Martinez earned a £17 million switch to Aston Villa following an excellent spell filling in for Bernd Leno at the end of the 2019-20 campaign.
It's really crazy too, because that little spell when he was playing without Leno, he was really good. He was really good, considering he was relatively an unproven player at the time as well. Villa took a risk on him and it paid off.
But it's paid off handsomely, with the Argentinian goalkeeper saving Villa's skin. Defender, Joao Cancelo. After a disappointing first season in the Premier League, Joao Cancelo really came into his own in 2021.
100%, I think 100%. He's definitely established himself as a world-class player, for sure. Definitely one of the best right-backs in the world. The only really person I say who can argue him is Kufau, the West Ham right-back. That's kind of it. To be honest with you, I don't really see anybody else kind of taking it. Don't you dare say Trent, because even though he's played well, he was injured and didn't play well for the majority of the season, like to the beginning, innit? So I ain't trying to hear no Trent. You get me?
Portuguese fullback has been one of Man City's most consistent performers this term, even impressing when the side was still finding their feet early in the campaign, and his ability to play on the right, left and even occasionally in midfield has been crucial to Pep Guardiola as he's rotated the squad on a week-by-week basis.
100%. You don't see real versatile players like him these days, 100%.
Expect to see him continue his evolution next season.
I wonder who they got next.
Defender, Ruben Diaz. One of the least...
We're going to skip this one because obvious selection. You got it this year. I think probably this year, probably world's best. I don't know about world's best because I don't watch too much international ball, but I say definitely in this Premier League right now, without no Van Dijk, he the best. He got it.
Defender, Wesley Fofana. While we could have easily picked Diaz as partner John Stones or West Ham's Angelo Ogbonna, we want to reward...
Where's my boy H-Mag, Harry Maguire, slabhead? No respect. Flipping L, bruv. Listen, I ain't mad enough for Fofana, innit? You could even argue Johnny Evans should be in ahead of him, innit? But let me hear what they have to say. Hold on.
Wesley Fofana for a phenomenal debut campaign in England.
He has been really good.
He has. With 30 senior appearances under his belt for £31.5 million, the second largest fee in Leicester's history. Left on the bench for Leicester's surprise 3-0 defeat to West Ham shortly after arriving, he's appeared in every game he's been available for since and leads his side for aerial duels and interceptions.
I hear that, but I'm not really too mad. It's just that they disrespected my boy Harry Maguire, and I'm upset. I'm upset about that one. I will say that I remember that just a couple of weeks ago, or was it the last week when I'm recording this? I remember they played Newcastle. Newcastle beat them real bad, and he looked really, really bad. He was fasting. I get the Ramadan thing and all that, but Johnny Evans wasn't in the team, and it's quite evident. Well, without Johnny Evans, like this Leicester team struggles defensively. You know what I mean? He's young and he will obviously progress, and he's had an excellent season. But I think that there's a few players that could have got ahead of him in it. But it's just me.
Defender, Luke Shaw. Back in the summer of 2015,
they knew not to leave my boy out, man.
Promised the following campaign.
My boy weren't going out like that.
5 seasons later,
you lot thought my boy was done out here? He ain't done out. No, he ain't best left back in the country. Chilwell who? Chilwell come outside.
Shanique will come outside, 'cause I'ma beat your ass.
And it's finally happened. Plagued by injury for 2 years before being continually snubbed by Jose Mourinho, the Englishman's confidence was shot by the time Ole Gunnar Solskjaer
He was
arrived
kind of fat
at
though.
Old Trafford
I
at
ain't
the
gonna
end of
cap. He was kind of
2018, and even
heavy,
last
you know what I
season
mean?
didn't look good enough to hold down the left-back slot for United long-term. But he has looked a man reborn this season. No doubt galvanised by the competition of Alex Telles, Shaw has arguably been United's best player in 2021.
I'd agree with that kind of thing, but I'm just saying, Alex Telles defensively, he has a lot to work on. He's shocking on that part of the field. But first season in the Prem, he'll get up to speed. I don't know if he's gonna replace my boy Shaw, but gonna be fun to see. It's gonna be fun to see.
Essential to the side, both in defence and attack. Midfielder Declan Rice.
Wow.
It was a toss-up between West Ham duo Thomas Soucek and Declan Rice for our defensive midfield slot. And while the 6 foot...
I hear it, you know, as well, because West Ham have had an excellent year, kind of thing. I thought maybe Kante could have got a shout in. He's been like really, really good 2021, especially. There any really other DMs that I could really throw in there? I ain't gonna throw no my United midfielders in there like that. Maxos, Fred, nah, not team of the year. They've done alright this year, but ain't no team of the year. I give it Rice. I give it to Rice.
Foot 4 Czech international, who England will have to contend with this summer, would have been a worthy
But that lanky man Soucek right there.
inclusion with no Hammers player scoring more than his 9 league goals. We feel like Rice's all-round improvements can't go unnoticed. Still completed 17 more defensive actions than any Hammers player. And when it comes to springing the likes of Lingard, Fornals and Antonio into action, Rice's 102 passes into the final third can only be topped by Aaron Cresswell.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, this guy development has been crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna cap. I really thought like especially when he got into the West Ham team, he'd definitely be somebody. He could play different positions. He could play centre back. He could play DM. He could play CM, going a little bit forwards. I thought he'd be one of those guys like maybe an Eric Dyer that he ain't good enough to be going forward, spraying balls like that. But hey, he proved me wrong. He developed so well, so quickly. Hey, he one of England's best DMs, and he's so young as well. So hey, I give him his credit. I give him his praise. I give him his flowers.
With only 5 Premier League sides averaging less than West Ham's 44% possession. Midfielder Kevin De Bruyne.
If this man wasn't here on your list, on your team of the year, he was smoking. Not weed, crack.
Who was on crack?
He good though.
While Mason Mount has had an absolutely brilliant campaign, ranking 2nd in the league for key passes and successful pressures.
I love Mason Mount, but he ain't nowhere near this no team of the year. No. I'm sorry, but I do love me a bit of Mason Mount, but he's nowhere near this. I'm so sorry.
And Ilkay Gundogan also deserves enormous credit for an 11-game spell between mid-December and mid-February.
I do hear this Ilkay Gundogan spell. I hear it. I understand it. I'm here for it. There's one other midfielder that if you don't say his name, and if you don't say it well, nicely, we're going to have some problems. I promise you. I might break this computer right here.
Goals and provided 2 assists. We just couldn't leave out KDB. Midfielder Bruno Fernandes.
Say my boy's name correct and nice. Penance. Nah. Hey, Bruno, another one. He's that guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you like him, cool. If you don't like him, I don't know. That's your problem, innit? But you cannot deny the fact that this man gets results on the board. He puts stats on the machine. You get it, fam. The Bruno guy. Listen, if you want to say he scores his penalties, listen, if it's alright for Lampard to do it when he bagged 20-some odd goals in his Prem season, then it's okay for my boy too. You get it? He's also got more assists than him. Man United's best player this year. There's no arguing that. If we didn't have all of Bruno's production, I don't know. Only God knows where Man United would be in the table winner. We don't even need to. I don't even want to hear what they have to say. There's. Hey, listen. This is Bruno we're talking about. Have respect for greatness. Penandes.
Only 4 players in Europe can top his 644 pressures. His detractors love to point to his record of 3 goals in 11 games against the traditional top 6,
I'm trying to tell you about these precious, man.
or his plentiful amount of penalties. But with 27 league goal contributions, 1 fewer than Cristiano Ronaldo and 11 more than the next best midfielder in Europe, there's no disputing his monumental impact.
Facts.
Forward, Mohamed Salah.
You know what? I'm happy that they put him here because I thought they were real going to disrespect my guy right here. Because I saw Sky Sports thing. They got Phil Foden in there unanimously. I was like, huh? What? Okay. Shit. Who else? There was a couple people that I haven't watched this thing in it, so I don't know if they're going to miss out some people in it. But I thought Salah was really going to be disrespected like that. Okay, Liverpool haven't had a great year, but he himself, he's second top goal scorer in the league. He's done his thing. Do you understand? He's got his numbers. He's done his job. Nobody can tell him otherwise.
Liverpool have had a season to forget, and while Mo Salah has also endured periods of poor form, he remains the Premier League's most lethal wide forward. And while 6 of those goals have come from the spot...
What happened to Mane though? Big man thing. Mane has disappeared on a mad thing. Sorry if I keep pausing, by the way. I'm still new to this read and reaction thing. Read and reaction? You know what I mean.
He still ranks in the top 5 players in the league for non-penalty expected goals, with only Kane, Bamford, Watkins and Calvert-Lewin, all centre-forwards, faring better in this regard.
Hey, if Jota played the whole year though, I think Liverpool would have been fine. Not defensively, because Van Dijk was, hey, that's a big loss right there. They had no centre-backs. Why don't you have no centre-backs too? Big club like you only have 3 centre-backs? That's terrible. That's terrible. But if Jota was there for like majority of the year, they would be in top 4 probably, I think.
Long ago.
Easily.
Forward, Heung-min Son.
Thank you. Listen, like I said earlier, I rate Phil Foden highly. I rate Jack Grealish highly. Those are really the only 2 people I can think. Oh, Rashford too. Rashford has a really good year. If they didn't put this man on the list right here, I was going to break something. Because, hey, him and the striker, Kane, the striker that they have, if they don't, I'll cut my leg off on camera right now. Listen, he's been cold as well. And there's just no debate in the fact that he should be in the flipping team of the year. Do you understand? And leave the Tottenham. Leave them. Because they're not doing anything good for you. They're just embarrassing you. They got you crying on the pitch at Wembley. You think United would do that to you?
First of all, a shout out to Jack Grealish, who may well have taken this spot were it not for him missing so many games in the second half of the season.
That's true.
It's felt like Heung-min Son has consistently been on fire since the 2016-17 campaign, and yet this term, one in which Tottenham could finish in their worst position for over 10 years, has arguably been his finest. The Korean forward has...
I ain't gonna go too much into it. If you wanna... Listen, I'm skipping to who the striker is on that in Epicar. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it ain't supposed to be too long because I don't want to, you know.
Whichever manager takes the reign in North London next will be thankful that Son remains a loyal servant.
You better hope.
Forward, Harry Kane.
Facts.
Arguably the Premier League's best player this season, Harry Kane hit new heights in 2021.
That's, you know
Following
what?
2 years in which he failed to hit 20 goals in the league, largely due to being hampered with injuries, fears began to grow that we'd already seen the best of the Englishman.
And do you know what? The people that thought that kind of stuff right there, I don't know what you want, because this man's game has never been predicated on like athleticism or being able to run. Yeah, he's strong. He's always going to be naturally strong no matter what. He'll be strong until he's like 65. But I'm telling you right here, if you thought Harry Kane was going to fall off, you're smoking. He was, especially this year, he's been incredible. He's been Spurs' best player without a shadow of a doubt. He could be shot for team player of the year too. I think that's a very good shot. Spurs have kind of let him down, especially. He should most definitely leave them, but he's done his thing easily.
But we were proved wrong this term, with Kane developing into one of Europe's very best all-round attackers. Whereas before, his tendency to drop deep often hindered the Spurs' attack, leaving a gaping hole in the final third, it has now become a hallmark of their success going forward.
And that's the thing as well, you know, you got to let players develop, man. Obviously Harry Kane, yes, he's one of the best strikers in the world. In terms of being like a pure poacher and that, there's not too many better than him. But let the man evolve his game a little bit. Let the man show that he can do other things. That's like when Rooney tried to play number 10 and that. I was here for it, you know what I mean? And he actually did it quite well. But a lot of these people would just say, stick out front Rooney, you can't pass, you just like tipping it 50. Listen, calm down, yeah? Now that Harry Kane has done his thing, has developed this incredible passing game, he's got the assist numbers to prove it. Just let players develop, man. That's all I'm trying to say.
His passes into the final third have risen from 1.7 to 3.1 per 90, his progressive passes from 2.2 to 4, while he's creating more chances than at any stage since 2017.
Oh, Harry!
And this hasn't taken away
Come to
from his
United,
productivity
baby!
as a goal.
That's a team, I'll zoom it in a little bit so you lot can see it quite well. I wouldn't say it's my exact team because I would prefer to have Maguire in there instead of Fofana, but hey, what can you do, innit? Other than that, pretty much it's kind of spot on, to be honest with you. If you think that anybody really does deserve to be dropped off for someone else, then let me know in the comment section below. And that, ooh, I'm getting hot, so this video has to end. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's keep the good times rolling. Yeah.